Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Today I saw that Miss Alexis was with Miss Crystal, getting crystal clear, and she did an interview, a little wrap up for Ready to Love. And I'm just like, Ready to Love was such a hit show because people are still talking about it. People still want to do interviews and get their information out about the show. And you know what? I'm here for it because season 2 was really good. Now, I wasn't really here for what Alexis, I'm like, what does Alexis have to say? Because Brent pretty much already said it all. I pretty much believe everything Brent said. So, what else is there to say? But I was like, Angie, you listened to everyone else's interview. You gave a little review on everyone else. So let's give a little review on Miss Alexis as well. Now, mind you, y'all, you know I listen to Crystal. Her channel is Enchanted PR Online on YouTube. Support her. This was a 50-minute interview. 50 minutes. I said, what does Miss Alexis have to say for 50 minutes? No, hold up. When I first saw this interview, they was like, Miss Alexis, they didn't say Miss Alexis. Let me quit calling her Miss Alexis. Alexis does an interview with Crystal, and they were like, and receipts will be revealed. So I'm like, ooh, Alexis is finna show us these receipts that she's been talking about having for so long. Spoiler, she ain't have no damn receipts. I looked at this whole 50 minutes just waiting for her to show Crystal, somebody, anybody, a receipt. She ain't show anything, but I'm still gonna review. I'm still gonna review. First off, y'all, Alexis apologized, and I appreciated that. She apologized maybe the first 5 minutes of the interview, and I feel like that was needed because a lot of people weren't here for that whole that end of the season wine bar exchange, and it kind of turned Alexis off to a lot of people at that moment. I know me for one, but she did apologize. She said she was ashamed of her behavior. It was cringy for her to watch herself like that, and she called it a spoiled brat tantrum, and she apologized. That was not her character, and I believe that. And we're gonna get into why I believe things unfolded that day the way they did. I believe a lot of what she said on this interview. Not everything she said, but I do believe a lot of the things she said. And I'm just going to talk about the key points because let me tell you right now, this 50-minute interview, go listen to it for yourself. But she said much to do about nothing. A lot of it was a repeat of the things she said on the reunion. I didn't learn too many new things. So I just want to talk about the key things, new things that I learned. First, the host called her out, saying she felt like from what she saw on the television, and I agree with you, Crystal, from what it looked like on television, you weren't really here for Carrie. You were just kind of stringing him along. Now, Alexis says that she did really care for Carrie. They had a lot of deep conversations. They had a deep connections. She thought he was a huge catch. But she did agree she was not really ready for the kids. Maybe she had a connection with Carrie, but it wasn't a sexual one. Because she just said she wasn't ready to kiss him. I'm just going to leave that there. She wasn't ready to kiss him. And she also thought that he was bullshitting when he said he would have another baby for her. Because I believe his kids were all grown. He was in the empty nest chapter of life. Crystal says she felt that Carrie was so into Alexis that he would have had another baby for Alexis. I'm with you, Alexis, girl. I don't think so. I think that would have been an issue. I know I'm close to being an empty nester. I have another year and a half. May 2021. I ain't gonna go there. Angie, don't go there. But it ain't no way. I'm not starting over either once I get an empty nest. I ain't starting over right now. So I feel you, Alexis, on that one. I don't think he would have had another one. But I ain't Carrie. I don't know. But pause right there. I'm going to say, because throughout this, they talked about how Alexis played the game. She did say a lot in the interview. She viewed this as a dating game show, and she was here to play it. And I want to say one thing. I felt like more women should have played the game like Alexis. Alexis dated multiple men. She went on multiple dates with various different people. Now, mind you, a lot of people were interested in Alexis, but she pretty much took advantage of all those interests. She got to know everyone. And I feel like a lot of the ladies, they said, oh, I'm sexually attracted to him. He's fine. I like him. And they stuck with that person until that person didn't, until that union kind of broke down. And then it was like there's nobody else to fall back on. Where Alexis, she dated multiple people. And if this date, like, I ain't feeling him, that fell down, she still had 4 or 5 other guys that she was talking to. And I feel like if more of the women would have approached that, because many of the men did that, if more of the women would have talked to more than just one person, maybe they could have had the opportunity to stay on the show even longer. I don't know. I never was mad at how Alexis played the game. I was never mad that she viewed it as a television dating show, because that's what it was. It was a dating game. And she kind of compared it to dating Big Brother. And I feel you, girl. I feel you. Now, they have to talk about London and Brent. I said she's not really saying anything new about London and Brent. The Brent breakup, that was pretty much what we saw on TV. They, you know, she didn't really say anything new. She did say that the Brent that she knew was not the same Brent that we saw on television. And Crystal was trying to pull it out of her, like, what do you mean? When you say he's not the same person, are you trying to say he was dating someone else? Or, like, Alexis would throw vague comments out to Crystal, and when Crystal would want to dive in and get more details, she would kind of start talking on a tangent and would never really answer the questions. So she ain't really going into any further detail than that. And I'm gonna tell you this, I ain't got but 1.5 pages of notes. So because I think she's one of those type of people who, if she really doesn't want to talk about it, she's gonna start changing the subject. And I'm like, I didn't take notes. I'm like, I'm only writing down the key stuff that I feel like I'm learning something new. Like, it's no point of talking to Crystal for 50 minutes just to tell her 50 minutes of the same stuff we saw on the reunion. Like, we want to hear the behind the scenes stuff. So let's get into some. She started talking about some deleted scenes. And in one of the deleted scenes at the cabin, London was professing his love for Alexis and blah, blah, blah. We've seen London talk about how much he cared for Alexis on the show. So that ain't really no big deal. I believe that. But this is a scene that I do believe that they should have shown on the show. This was a deleted scene. She said one day at the cabin, Divine organized a spa day for all the ladies. It was her, Ashima, Divine, Tandy, and Reva. All the ladies went to the spa. And at the spa, they were discussing their relationships, and then London came up. And Alexis said at the spa, you know, it was a very girl power, very girly, let's stay united type of day. And as they were talking about London, they discovered a lot of their stories were the same. Like, what he's telling me is the same thing he's telling you. He's playing us. He's stringing us both along. He's being a dog. And she says they both said, I'm done with London. And you know how you kind of like when two girls find out they dating the same man and that he cheating, and they both kind of thought they were the main ones, but he just equally cheating on both of them. And you be like, girl, you can have him, I'm done with them. And she be like, I'm done with his ass too, I ain't got time. And so in their minds, they're thinking, okay, she done with him, and you thinking she done with them. But Alexis says Miss Divine flipped the script, because the next day after that spa day is when they had that meeting with Tommy. And when she said, when Divine started talking about how much she was still into London, that's when Alexis got upset because she was like, you just said you was done with him. And I said I was done with him. And Alexis said she feel like Divine flipped the script because she didn't have a plan B and she didn't want to be off the show. And I believe that because remember at the cabin, Divine was still talking to Brent as well. And Brent at the cabin told Divine, after he had discussed some stuff with Alexis, he told Divine, look, I'm going to choose to rock forward with Alexis. I don't want to string you along. I'm going to pick her. Where the pieces fall is where they fall. And Divine appreciated that. So I feel like maybe if Divine kind of felt like she still had an end with Brent too, maybe she would have said forget you London as well. I don't know, but I believe Alexis. I believe her that they had this deleted scene. I believe that they both said I'm done with his ass because we all know that London is a liar. And I believe that at that dinner or wine bar scene with Tommy, Divine flipped the script and she didn't want to be off the show, so she said I'm gonna rock forward with London. I believe that, and I believe Alexis says that was part of the reason why she got very upset and act kind of like a little spoiled brat. I also feel like Alexis is the girl who's like, I'm done with his ass, and then when you realize this one ain't really done, she was like, damn, I could have had him because he really wanted to be with me. I shouldn't have been done with his ass either, but you done already claimed to be done with his ass. I don't know. It's very confusing. It really don't matter because she did say, like, in this interview, she is totally over and done with London. So, whatever. Let's jump into this three-way call because this is what I wanted to know. This is what I wanted to know because it was the most childish thing. Now, she says, you know, the whole scenario that Divine came at one of those meetings and was like, London said that I'm his number one, and Alexis was like, no, he said I'm number one, you know, or that he never would pick. And Divine was like, well, he did pick. And so I guess she confronted London and they had this infamous three-way call. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, Crystal was trying to ask her about the three-way call. Every time she tried to ask her a direct question about this three-way call, she changed the subject and started talking about something totally different. Ain't had nothing to do with three-way call. She did say she was ashamed of herself for participating in it, but before she knew, London called Divine and got on the phone or whatever. And I just don't believe it because to me, we all at home saw London tell Divine, you're my number one, and they kissed with the damn strawberry in their mouth. Why would Divine ever in any kind of coaching, because he did say, she said London was coaching Divine to say whatever she said. I'm like, why would Divine ever come back and say that was a lie and you never said that when clearly he said it to her? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And like Judge Judy says, if it doesn't make sense, it ain't true. So I don't believe the three-way call ever happened. I just don't believe it. And I also was like, Alexis, you clearly see now on all the reruns that he said that to Divine. So it really don't matter. This three-way call really don't matter because he said it. He said what he said. Now, Alexis says that London blamed Ashima for the reason of them breaking up things with Alexis. Now, she said in another deleted scene, they were all sitting around eating dinner. London cooked. And Ashima, out of nowhere, in her comedian way, was like, come on, London, pick. Who you want to be with? Alexis or Divine? And she said London was getting ready to say who he was going to pick. And then someone cut him off and the conversation changed. And London got mad and went away pacing upstairs. And I said, that don't make no damn sense. That doesn't make any sense, because London has never, ever showed any interest in a group setting of saying who he wanted to pick to be his number one. And I don't blame Ashima. I feel like who he really should blame, who blew up his spot, was Reva. Reva was the one at that campfire who said, now London did say it to Mario in this whole game of telephone. Mario said it to Reva, and then Reva, being good friends with Divine, waited. She didn't wait to just tell Divine in person. She waited till everyone was at that campfire, along with what's her name, Alexis, to say, Divine, London said you were his number one, knowing that Alexis was in earshot and would hear this and would get upset. Reva is the one who blew up London's spot. London really never could recover with Alexis after that, but I feel like, and I'm telling you, I will put all the money in the world on it if we could rewind the hands of time. If we could rewind the hands of time, and that whole scenario with Reva, like if Reva would have kept her big mouth shut and wouldn't have said anything about that, I believe if we would have got to the end of the show and it was time for London to really pick who he wanted to be with, Alexis or Divine, London would have picked Alexis. I believe it wholeheartedly. He showed all his interest to Alexis. He never, I mean, I can see how he was stringing Divine along, but I feel like exactly what everyone said, he was stringing Divine along, and Divine didn't have any connections with anyone else. She was going to choose London, and London knew that Divine was going to choose her, but Alexis was playing the game. Alexis was the woman that London couldn't control, and once his spot was blew up, he was forced to be with Divine, kind of like he couldn't even believe Divine wanted to be with his ass after that whole camping trip. So I believe he would have picked Alexis. I mean, Alexis was like, she was the one helping him shop for a house. So I'm like, Divine over here putting clothes in the closet of a house that Alexis helped pick out. I don't trust him. Like, London clearly can't be trusted. I don't see how Divine and London still together. But mind you, Reva was the one who blew up the spot. All of them should be mad at Reva, because I do feel like London would have stayed with Alexis. Now they start talking about receipts, and we at the point where like, okay, finally, it's like 45 minutes in an interview, and Alexis don't pull out no damn receipts. They just start talking about the reunion again, and she ain't say nothing new about the reunion. So by now I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I done watched 45 of this 50-minute interview and I ain't seen no damn receipts. I'm like, Alexis, you gave a couple of little droplets of, you know, that behind the scenes at the spa and that behind the scenes of when London cooked, but you could have saved the whole London cook one. So really, this interview could have been 20 minutes. Matter of fact, my review of the interview was too long. So let's just end it right there. You all, I mean, if I missed something, if y'all really want to hear Alexis repeat everything she said at the reunions, then go on over to Enchanted PR online and listen to the whole 50-minute interview. It really wasn't giving like the Mario and Tandy and Reva. Even the Brent interview was giving a little bit more than what Alexis was talking about. But that's it, y'all. I mean, who else? I guess London and Divine, the only two left to give their interviews to Miss Crystal. I would listen. I really want to hear Divine say that she believed London kissed Alexis, but she was just saving face on the show. Because we all know that was a lie. Because that's another thing Alexis said. London was trying to say wherever they was at, someplace called Steva's, that he wasn't even there. He wasn't even there that night, so he don't even know how he kissed Alexis. I'm like, this man is a lying mess. But anyway, y'all, let's end this at 20 minutes. Don't get to talking about this too much, Angie. Come on, y'all. Subscribe to my channel. This is Kiss My Cheeks TV. I enjoy doing these reviews. If you want to see more, come on and be a part of the Kiss My Cheeks family. Please like this video, share with your friends so they could watch. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think about what Alexis said. And go watch the interview and let me know what you thought about it. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good Sunday. Bye.